With the month of August quickly approaching and game releases somewhat heating up, in today's video I want to take a look at the PlayStation 4 games I would recommend you to buy and the games that I would recommend you to skip or wait on a sale for. Now, while August is definitely heating up in terms of big game releases comparatively speaking to July was just a pretty dead month. However, in the case of August, I would recommend you guys to be very careful because we are getting closer and closer to Black Friday, and I can guarantee you that the majority of the big titles that are coming out in August will see some sort of steep discount by the time November rolls around, and all of the other big games are released, and they're trying to sell these games during the holiday time period as well. So I would recommend you to be very careful. We're gonna go over 10 games. Only 2 of them do I recommend you to buy them outright if you do have that inherent interest. The other 8 I think you're best waiting on a sale for. So we'll cover the 2 games I would recommend you to buy, and then we'll go over everything else rather quickly. Not gonna try to keep you guys here for too long, but let's get right into it. First up, what I would say is a buy. Metal Wolf Chaos XD is coming from Devolver Digital, and if you don't know what this game is, this is actually a mecha title that was done by From Software all the way back in 2004, and it has been upgraded, and now it's gonna be seeing a re-release with upgraded visual fidelity, refined controls, a new save system, and much more. So this is a refined version of a 2004 title. Now, with it being a 2004 title, you already have to be a little bit skeptical. Is it going to be $39.99? God forbid a $49.99 price point? No! Devolver Digital are doing gamers right, and it's going to be released at just $24.99, and for that price, I think it's pretty good. Now, this game was received a little bit mixed back in the day. However, I would say that there was more so a positive reception to it. Given that it's a From Software title, I think a lot of you guys are just going to have interest in the game being a From title, of course, from the guys that brought you the Souls titles, Bloodborne, all that good stuff. However, this is something completely different, and they did it so long ago. Now, it is also a mecha title, and we don't see a lot of great mecha games these days, so for that reason, I would also say it's a buy right away. And given that it is being released at $25, could I see it being discounted on a PlayStation Store sale sometime down the line? Sure, but they are pricing it accordingly from the get-go, and for that, I do want to give this a mention. Okay, next up, if you're a fan of JRPGs, I would also say that Oninaki is a buy right away. This is coming from Tokyo RPG Factory, and it's coming August 22nd. Of course, a Square Enix published game, and as I mentioned, it's being done by one of Square Enix's newest studios in Tokyo RPG Factory. They're still getting their way and trying to establish themselves, but they did I Am Setsuna as well as Lost Sphere. Were those games perfect? No, but they were pretty good titles, and coming from a new studio like Tokyo RPG Factory, that is quite good. And the thing about Tokyo RPG Factory is that they've been incredibly consistent. This isn't a case like Square Enix's other major studios where, yeah, it's gonna take 5, 6, 7 years for these games to come out. No, Tokyo RPG Factory, yes, they're working on smaller games. These games aren't as big as, say, a Final Fantasy VII Remake, but they are churning out these games. I Am Setsuna in 2017, 2018 brought Lost Sphere, and now 2019 we have Oninaki. However, Oninaki does seem to be a step up in terms of technicality when comparatively speaking to the prior 2 games. Oninaki also did have a longer development time, and in between the previous games, the last 2 games were released exactly a year apart. This one, it's been around 19 months or so. I think this one's gonna be one that surprised a lot of people, but on the notion that this game probably isn't gonna go on sale. You look at Tokyo RPG Factory's other games in I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere, those games have really held up in price point, so I don't imagine that Oninaki is gonna go on sale anytime soon. So for that reason, that's why I'm giving it a recommendation. This is a game that could be hit or miss. We see Tokyo RPG Factory, and not all of their games are absolute hits, but if you're a fan of JRPGs, and you've liked what Tokyo RPG Factory has done in the past, I would say that Oninaki is a buy right away. Just on the basis, again, I don't see it getting a steep discount unlike a lot of other titles that we'll talk about in a little bit. Okay, so those are the 2 games that I would say are buys. Metal Wolf Chaos XD on the basis that it is from Software and it's being released at $25. That's an incredibly palatable price point. Oninaki, on the other hand, coming from Tokyo RPG Factory, I feel like they have some credibility attached to them at this point, and I highly doubt this game is going to go on sale quickly. Okay, now moving on to the games that I would say are skips, at least for the time being, and I would recommend you guys to wait on a sale for. And right away, some of you guys might be incredibly excited for Remedy Entertainment's Control, and that probably is the biggest game release of August, and I'm excited for the game. I personally will probably be picking it up day 1. However, you would be foolish to think that this game is not going to go on sale very quickly. I point to Alan Wake. Look at that game. I know, it was 9 years ago, but I remember when that game came out, it went to that $40 price point very quickly, and then it just dropped in price. Quantum Break didn't hold up up in price for long either, and in the case of Control, this is a game, mark it down. I guarantee you, at the very least, by Black Friday, it'll be down to $30, probably even less than that. I could easily see this game getting down to $25, maybe even $20. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but I see this one getting a steep discount. Hardly anyone is talking about the game, while I'm personally very excited for it, given that I love Remedy as a studio and they've put out some quality products. This is a game that commercially I don't think is going to do all too well, but who knows? I've been wrong in that instance before. I thought Vampire was going to do pretty poorly commercially, and then that game ended up doing pretty well. But in the case of Remedy titles, Alan Wake didn't do all too well, Quantum Break didn't do all too well. I hope that Control has a level of success, and hopefully it turns out to be a really good game, but just based on track record, I see this one going on sale very, very quickly. Thankfully for Remedy and 505 Games, the publisher, they have a partnership with Epic Games for the PC release of this, and they're getting a ton of money up front, so that should help recoup a lot of the cost that went into the development of the game. I don't know the exact numbers that are being exchanged, but nonetheless, that should help them out quite a bit. But as far as your wallet's concerned, if you can hold off on it, I think Control is going to go on sale pretty quickly, and for that reason, I would say it is a definite wait for a sale. However, I personally am very excited for it. Okay, next up, Double Fine and Bandai Namco are bringing out a brand new game in Rad. Now, this one is being released at $19.99, and I definitely have some interest in it. It's a 3D action roguelike game set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has faced Armageddon not once, but twice. So being that it's from Double Fine, I have some interest in the game, but Double Fine, if you look at their track record, a little bit hit or miss. So this one is coming out at $19.99, so that's a palatable price point. I would say add this one to your wish list, see how the reviews turn out, and if you do have some excitement in the premise and whatnot, being a roguelike game, and if the reviews turn out well, I would say pick it up then, but this one is one that you should definitely proceed with some caution. Alright, also Black Desert Online is finally coming to the PlayStation 4. Now, there is some mystery surrounding the release of this game on the PlayStation 4. Right now, you can pre-order the game, however, pre-orders are priced at $30. This game is released on Xbox One and PC already, and it's priced at only $10. I don't know if the pre-order is at $30 based on some pre-order bonus or some stuff you get for pre-ordering the game. I don't know what that is, but at $30, I would say don't give it a buy. If it does go down to $10 and you want a grindy MMORPG, Black Desert Online definitely offers that, but do be ready to embrace the grind in this one, because you're going to be grinding a lot, and you're talking hours upon hours upon hours, and it's a huge time sink. However, from a visual standpoint, from a customization standpoint, those elements in BDO are done very, very well. And I'm excited to see the game make the transition to the PlayStation 4, although that uncertainty with the price point is what's pushing me off right now. However, if that is clarified, if it's down to $10 by the time of release, hey, it might be one to check out right away. Another game that I have some excitement in, and one title that I can see turn out very well, is Remnant from the Ashes. This is coming August 20th, and it's coming from Gunfire Games, the same guys that did work on Darksiders 3. Now, was Darksiders 3 this masterclass in game development? Absolutely not, but it was a pretty quality game, and I thought it was better than a lot of the reviewers put out. However, Remnant from the Ashes is a brand new cooperative action-adventure title, and interestingly enough, whenever you mention a co-op focused game, you would think 2 players, maybe 4 players. This one is very unique in that it's a 3-player co-op game, but it does look very good, and best of all, it is being priced at $39.99. This is one that doesn't have a lot of attention surrounding it. Another game I could see it go on sale very quickly. However, it reminds me a lot of World War Z in that game didn't have a ton of attention going into its release. However, based on the fact that it was released at $39.99, not a full $60, and it was a relatively unique game, it ended up gaining a lot of steam, and I could see Remnant from the Ashes picking up something similar for now, just based on a lot of elements like this one being a relatively unknown game. I would say wait on a sale, but do keep your eyes on it. Okay, the last couple of games I just want to go through really quickly. Wreckfest is coming to the PlayStation 4, and while this is a pretty cool destruction racing game, $45 for it is just a little bit too much. Definitely wait on a sale. It's a THQ Nordic property, so given that it's probably going to go on sale rather quickly, I say hold off on that. Age of Wonders Planetfall, $50. Again, just very expensive for that. Age of Wonders is a series that has made a relatively big impact on PC. PlayStation 4, it's a pretty big unknown. Hopefully it makes a solid transition, because this is a franchise that's more so associated with PC gaming, but nonetheless, cool to see that come out to PlayStation 4 just a little bit too high priced. The Lord of the Rings adventure card game, another one you're going to want to hold off on. It's a card game. It's $19 in early access on PC. Pretty unaware of what the price is going to be on consoles. However, a lot of card game options, and if you're looking to play a card game, you necessarily don't have to be binded to the PlayStation 4. I mean, there's a lot of card games like Hearthstone that can be ran on just about any PC, your mobile devices, whatever the case may be. and that is the route I would go. And lastly, I was really debating on whether or not this would be a buy or a wait for sale, but the Dark Pictures Anthology Man of Medan, I'm gonna say is a wait for a sale. This is gonna be an episodic series done by Supermassive Games, the guys that brought you Until Dawn, and I thought Until Dawn was fantastic. However, given that it's episodic and given the time of its release, I could see this one going on sale pretty quickly. I could see a complete edition being released at some point down the line as well. I could see some sort of better edition being released sometime down the line as well, but it is being priced palatably at $30, so for that, I would say if the game does turn out well, if it gives us a lot of vibes of Until Dawn and brings back a lot of memories of that, it might be one to pick up after its release. But nonetheless, for now, want to add to the wish list and keep a close eye on it. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, August is a very interesting month where I think a lot of you guys are gonna disagree with me for not including a game like Control to buy right away. However, given that it's $60, and not only that, given the fact that it's probably gonna go on sale rather quickly. In the case of Oninaki, that's gonna be a $50 release, and I don't imagine it's gonna go on sale all too quickly, just based on track record of Tokyo RPG Factory releases. That's why that's a buy, and Control, I would rather say wait on a sale for. But that's gonna conclude this video. Do sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.